This is Backstage Bay Area, your all-access pass to the local music scene. Now, here's your host, Steve Roby.
This is Backstage Bay Area, and I'm Steve Roby. OKAN is the Afro-Cuban duo of Elizabeth Rodriguez and Magdelys Savigne, blending Afro-Cuban traditions with jazz and soul. On today's show, we'll discuss their process, play a few tracks, and preview their upcoming SF Jazz performances. Elizabeth and Magdelys are my guests today, and they join me now. Welcome to Backstage Bay Area.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, happy to be here.
Why don't I have you introduce yourselves so the audience can distinguish your individual voices?
Okay, I am Elizabeth Rodriguez, and I'm Magdelys Savigne.
All right. Let's talk about OKAN's musical origins. You said OKAN started as two people making music in a Toronto basement. I love that image. What did those earliest sessions teach you about who you are as a duo, and how did it all come together for you?
Honestly, for me, for Elizabeth, it was a discovery journey because at the time specifically, I did not believe in the power that I had as a musician or as a composer. And it was Magdelys who, after I showed her a song, she's like, wait a second, you are a composer. What are we doing? What are we playing your songs? And that was the very beginning of me believing in myself as a singer-songwriter, as a violinist that could just also sing, which is something that I always loved, but I wasn't sure completely at the time. So it looked pretty cold. So it wasn't much to do outside. That's why we were creating more and more music.
Well, how long did that process take?
A few months. Actually, we had, of course, we needed the push because we had a gig. I was invited to play at the Kerner Hall, but Kerner Hall is one of the best institutions for musicians to play at in Toronto. But we were going to play at the foyer because we were supposed to close the curtain for Alex Cuba, which it's another Cuban musician that lives in Canada. So he had this concert, and afterwards people were coming out, and then we had to greet people outside with our project. But we had no project back then. So we were rehearsing at home by ourselves and all that. But with that push, we could put together some repertoire that we had. Like I composed in the past other pieces. And then Elizabeth showed me her music, which was fantastic, but she could not believe that she could actually write. And then we made arrangements of that. And we put together this project with a bunch of friends. And back then it was like all female 5-piece band.
Wow. Okay.
Actually, it was a 4-piece. The first time it was a 4-piece bass, piano, percussion, and violin. So we started to play. People loved it after they came out of the concert. And we never came back after that. Never came back after that. After that, it was like, why would she actually do this for real?
All right. Well, tell me about the origin of the group's name. How did you come up with that?
The origin of the name, it comes, honoring our ancestors, honoring our religion of Santeria. And also, we were looking for a name that Canadians could pronounce without getting in trouble. So OKAN means heart. And basically what we were doing at that moment and what we are still doing up to this day is putting our heart and soul into it, because for immigrant musicians that just arrived in a country new where you have to understand everything, the new landscape and absolutely everything, you really need to put your heart into it to believe in it. And luckily we did. And the meaning of the name is so beautiful that we wanted to share with people, and we wanted people to be able to say it. So OKAN.
Beautiful. Well, let's talk about family and work balance. You're taking a new duo show on the road while balancing work, touring, creating, and family. What routines help you maintain that sustainability? How do you do it?
Doing it. Getting up and do what you have to do, definitely with lots of love. Our son is an incredible human that is way more talented than we are. Trying to show him the fact that we're doing what we love, and he's part of it. So touring for a queer family, it means a lot too, because then people get to see us as a normal family that is just on the road doing their things and supporting our family and our dreams. And that is something that sometimes we have had to leave him behind because they're paying as much or because of the journey. Very brutal. Yeah. For a 3-year-old, it could be very challenging. Then he's been with us like every step of the way. Every time that we leave him behind, we're like, oh my God, we feel so sad. And at the same, we understand that it doesn't matter how far the journey is. He actually prefers to be with us, and we are safer too to be with him.
Do you want to give him a quick shout out?
Shout out to Orun. Like, he's out there. Don't call him otherwise. Oh my God, it was never finish. This will be over, and then it will be about him. And he's being part of the shows now. In August, we had 3 shows in Colorado, and that was his debut. He plays his own song called El Lago Oscuro, Dark Lake, the Dark Lake, and people at the shows in San Francisco. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about the new single. It's a collaboration with award-winning Brazilian multi-instrumentalist Munir Hossn, and then we'll play the single. But first, the song is called PomPom. Tell us about working with Munir and what drew you to his concept.
Well, Munir is an incredible musician that we have been admiring for years, ever since we were in Canada. And then we have been spending some time here in Miami. And the local musician, the music scene here is very rich, it's very unique. And he lives here in Miami. And it was so interesting to get to know him. He called me as a violinist to be part of his band. He has an all-female band called Munir Hossn and Ellas. So then I started working with him as part of the band. And because of our relationship grew there, he invited us then to create this collaboration where he already had kind of like the song. And then he's like, I need you to come with the drums, with the bata drums, with your vocals and part of this song. And it was a very interesting process and a unique way of collaborating with somebody else because he is somebody that already has very strong ideas of his own music and concept. And we are people that have our own very strong ideas of our music and concept. So it was very interesting to work together and understand the worlds that we come from. Afro-Brazilian music is very rich and unique, and it was an honor for us to be part of that.
I can't wait to play it. Let's listen to it now. The song is PomPom by Munir Hossn featuring OKAN, and this is Backstage Bay Area.
Ahora vengo con el OKAN lleno. Déjame ver tu pum pum, que me pone a gozar y bailar sin parar. Toca otra vez tu pum pum, porque yo quiero bailar tu pum pum mamá, tu pum pum mamá, tu pum pum mamá. Hoy el día fue candela, trabajo pesado, yo pa' allá y pa' acá no paré. Pero llegó quien faltaba, la luna me trajo tu pum pum pa' relajar y vacilar. Déjame ver tu pum pum, que me pone a gozar y bailar sin parar. Toca otra vez tu pum pum, porque yo quiero bailar tu pum pum mamá, tu pum pum mamá, tu pum pum mamá. Y vengo como a ti te gusta. Bata pum 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 pum. Por la mañana estoy recargado de amor para enfrentar el día que sea bonito. Y por la noche yo me pongo en talla, porque yo quiero bailar tu pum pum mamá, tu pum pum mamá, tu pum pum mamá. Muevan todos la cadera, bailalo como tú quieras, aunque la calle está dura. Cuando llegues a tu casa es pum pum lo que te espera. Ay, suena el tambor de mi tierra. Ya la vida está muy corta para sufrir por tantas penas y no sabes qué te espera. Déjame ver tu pum pum, que me pone a gozar y bailar sin parar. Toca otra vez tu pum pum, yo estoy pa' fiesta y pa' chamba, porque yo quiero bailar tu pum pum mamá, tu pum pum mamá, tu pum pum mamá. Déjame ver tu pum pum, que me pone a gozar y bailar sin parar. Toca otra vez tu pum pum, porque yo quiero bailar mamá, tipo tu mamá, tipo tu mamá. Llama. La negra me un tambor. Bachi, bachi, pum, pum. Bachi, bachi, pum, pum. La negra me un tambor. Bachi, bachi, pum, pum. A pupu, La negra me un tambor. Bachi, bachi, pum, pum. Bachi, bachi, pum, pum. Bachi, bachi, pum, pum. Bachi, bachi, pum, pum.
It's Backstage Bay Area, and that was PomPom, a new single by Munir Hossn featuring OKAN, which is available now. Can you describe your songwriting process as a duo? Do you start with a melody or a rhythm, or do you have a conversation between the two of you first?
Depending on what tragic thing happened to us before.
Okay.
Yeah, artist. I usually start with some, like the melody comes to me or the lyrics, something that I want to say or share. And then once I have the structure of that melody or the harmony that came, then I show it to Mags, and Mags definitely brings up the flavor when it comes to the drums and when it comes to the arrangement and stuff like that. But lately, we have been also understanding the fact that we have to respect our own approach to music. So Mags, for the next album, Mags has her own songs too, where definitely it is so rich when it comes to rhythm, and she's so deep. And she also writes beautifully in English. It's something that I cannot. I left most of the compositions to Elizabeth, and I just arranged down for this one. I don't know. It's just a matter of believing the same thing. Like I could push her at the beginning to believe in her craft, but I couldn't push myself. That's kind of the story of everybody's life.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's easier to help somebody else than help yourself. But this time, like now I know so much that this time it's like we both, since OKAN to Me, which is the previous album, we both have a voice. And our voices are completely different in the album. And the way we approach music and compositions is definitely different.
How does spiritual well-being, especially for women, influence the music you're making now?
We get inspiration from anything. Women, especially with women's craft, at the beginning of OKAN, we had the privilege to count on a female composer, especially Robertina Morales, which is a composer from Cuba, that she gave us one of her songs and we made an arrangement of it called Más que Nada. So we decided the first message we wanted to give with OKAN was like the support to female composers out there, or the voices that they're not usually heard in music, especially in Cuba, because we come from that. And we wanted to showcase that kind of work for the world.
I'd like to play the title track from your album, OKAN Tommy, or is it Tommy?
OKAN to Me.
But first, could you talk about the making of that album and this track?
That album was an incredible journey because we also started it during the pandemic. And then after that, there was a process where we got pregnant and then having a child. So it was a slow process to finish it, but it had so many interesting moments. And we were, for the first time, more involved into the production because, again, it has taken us as women, it has taken us years to feel the power and empower ourselves into that position where knowing what we want and saying it, because we always knew what we wanted. Yeah. It's just that we weren't able to say it and to be respected. But because this was our third album, had by then a Juno under our belt and different recognitions among our peers too for over the years. So it felt like our voices were heard a little bit more this time, and we were able to do things how we wanted them. And it was beautiful because then we got a second Juno with that. Yeah. So it is to see how our voices were there as producers as well, you know, not only as the composers and the arrangers of the music, but of course, counting with incredible musicians that are in Toronto and that are so talented. And the talent there in Toronto, people have not even clue how much people that come from all different walks of life, the corners of this world, and the people that were born there in Canada too. So it was very interesting to collaborate with so many people and support our community of musicians.
It's OKAN on Backstage Bay Area.
Te lo voy a decir en Spanglish.
A ver si me entiendes.
Ah, bueno.
Te voy a decir lo que pienso, aunque tú lo encuentres muy intenso. No voy a callarme de nuevo, los años de nieve me han quitado el miedo. Y tú a mí no soy suficiente, but I am a woman valiente. De dejarlo todo por siempre con tal de survive on this world you created. You made all those random rules to punish our flavor for cool. Por suerte yo tengo a mi madre, my goddess, so that protects me from you. No matter how hard we can work, tú siempre te crees el mejor. We came here with nothing but soul y tus frustraciones las convierto en songs. Oh, 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 oh. Eo, 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 eo. Y a mi leo, do. Eo, 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 eo. Y a mi saramo, oh. Eo, 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 eo. Y a mi leo, do.
One more time. Esta vez vine con M.
Te voy a decir lo que pienso, aunque tú lo encuentres muy intenso. No voy a callarme de nuevo, los años de nieve me han quitado el miedo. You tell me no soy suficiente, but I am a woman valiente. De dejarlo todo por siempre con tal de survive on this world you created. You made all those random rules to punish our flavor for cool. Por suerte yo tengo a mi madre, my goddess, so that protects me from you. No matter how hard we can work, tú siempre te crees el mejor. We came here with nothing but soul y tus frustraciones las convierto en songs. Oh, 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 oh. Eo, 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 eo. Wamilao sun, yeah, yeah, a la huete. Eo, 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 eo. Cheque, 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 comadita, yo ya la debo sun. Eo, 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 eo. Tosun, chacumalete, tosun, chacumalete. Eo, eo, vamos shun. Eo, eo. Y a mi le.
Rompe lo que para eso lo compraste.
You just heard OKAN Tell Me by OKAN. It's on the Lulu World Records label and available now. This is Backstage Bay Area, and I'm Steve Roby. You said, Album number 4 is underway. And what can you share about where it's headed, working title, themes, collaborators, or how it builds on the album we just heard? And I understand this is kind of an exclusive, right? That you're going to share a new track with us.
Yeah, this is an exclusive because we have been holding this music for over 2 years now. That song has been 1 years. And it's, you know how it is when you're trying to tie it into another project, into an album. The album has to come out when it comes out. Mm-hmm. So you have to hold. And this is one of the first songs that we wrote for this album. And it is a little bit different, the approach when it comes to production, because we're working with people now that are more into the modern way of making music, more digitalized. And we understand that the digital world is here to stay. It has been here to stay for a long time.
Yeah.
And we are organic musicians, but we wanted to...
Yeah, we're analog.
Yeah. And we wanted to be part of that way of making music, keep learning, keep pushing ourselves. But the message of the album is the most important thing to me specifically, because it is that journey of self-awareness and self-love and self-realization.
And healing.
And healing. Because after we go through breakups, and a lot of people think, oh, break up with your boyfriend or girlfriend. No, even friendship breakups, which are not as... talked about, or people don't even mourn it the same way because people think, oh, well, it was just a friend. No, sometimes when you feel that somebody was really, really your friend, or even when it is within your family, and it is that talk about that conversation, uncomfortable conversation about narcissism and the people that can surround you, that can suck your energy out. But when you find self-love, you find that way out. And for us, music and our ancestors and our gods and all the things that we believe in is the only thing that has saved us every time we hit a low point.
Nice. Well, I'm going to let you play DJ now. Can you introduce the track?
Me merezco. This song is called Me merezco, which means I deserve. And it's a song about love, but also about healing.
We'll talk more when we come back.
Yo solo quiero lo que me merezco. No pido nada más, no pido nada menos. Yo solo quiero lo que me merezco. Si dicen que no hay, se lo pido al universo. Yo solo quiero lo que me merezco. Tú ves que dicen no, yo veo un signo de peso. Yo solo quiero lo que me merezco. Y así como me trate yo, me trata un pueblo. Si dice que no tienes para darme, entiendo que la matriz no ha hackeado. Mas déjame decirte un pequeño secreto. Como te mires, tú te mires el universo. Ay, date un cariñito más allá de tu visión y deja que te lleve por el camino del flow. Acepta cada cosa dura que te pase, que cuando te des cuenta no es quien te traspase. Lo que me merezco. No pido nada más, no pido nada menos. Yo solo quiero lo que me merezco. Si dicen que no hay, se lo pido al universo. Yo solo quiero lo que me merezco. Tú ves que dicen no, yo veo un signo de peso. Quiero lo que me merezco. Así como me trate yo, me trata un pueblo.
I know what you're going through, my dreams are coming true. You can judge yourself because you have no clue that there is power within you, and you must know that when you're feeling bad, you put on your best show. All the best not to live so tight. And in lesson, I don't care if it's in right. If you think I don't know what is best for me, I'm talented and beautiful, the package of your dreams.
No pido nada más, no pido nada menos. Yo solo quiero lo que me merezco.
Si dicen que no hay, se lo pido al universo.
Yo solo quiero lo que me merezco.
Tú ves que dicen no, yo veo un signo de peso.
Yo solo quiero lo que me merezco.
Así como me trate.
Well, let's talk about your upcoming SF Jazz shows in San Francisco. You're headed to the Joe Henderson Lab for 4 shows over 2 nights. Who's joining you on stage for these sets, and how are you shaping the sound for a dance floor style room?
We wanted people to open up a little bit because SF Jazz usually about jazz, and people in jazz, they go, they listen, they enjoy the music, which is amazing, especially nowadays that we cannot find a lot of spots to enjoy music. For this occasion, we wanted people to enjoy and be part of the performance as well. They have to sing, they have to dance. It's gonna just the 2 of us. And we're going to be joined special guest, Savigne. Savigne, our 3-year-old. He's going to be performing his piece there. And, it's different. It's different, but Now we can do it.
I think it's an honor to be invited back a year after, because usually jazz festivals, they wait a few years to invite you over. So it was very interesting that we got the call again, because last year we had wonderful night.
Yeah.
It was a full band last year, and people really loved the show. And I guess they were talking about it because they called us back again.
Yeah. So this song is also, but still us, and the music is there, and people get to hear the music from our albums and, our craft.
All right. How will you create the flow across 4 shows, including set list, crowd movements, moments, and percussion breaks?
We have to read the room.
Yeah, we do read the room.
Okay.
Depending on the crowd, we pick some songs. Sometimes we do have the set list. I mean, most of the time we do have a set list, but depending on the room, we decide to move on to other songs or not, depending.
All right.
Always.
Are you going to test drive any new tracks at SF Jazz?
Yes. New tracks will be played there and performed. So we hope people like the new direction. Nothing is steady in life.
Well, let me remind our listeners, OKAN performs at SF Jazz for 4 shows over 2 nights, Saturday, September 27th and Sunday, September 28th. Showtimes are at 6 p.m. and 7:30. It's a dance floor setting, so bring your dancing shoes. Tickets are available at sfjazz.org. For music and tour dates, visit okanmusica.com. Elizabeth and Mags, congrats on the new single, and thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having us, Steve, and supporting musicians.
Hey musicians, would you like to be a guest on Backstage Bay Area? Just email the host and let him know when you'll be playing in the Bay Area. The address is backstage.sfbay@gmail.com. Now, let's get back to the show.
You've been listening to Backstage Bay Area with OKAN, Elizabeth Rodriguez and Magdelys Savigne. We featured PomPom and Okatami and a special track that is still unreleased. We discussed their creative process and previewed their performances at SF Jazz. Tickets are available now for their shows at sfjazz.org. You can learn more about their music at okanmusica.com. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Steve Roby.